Welcome Thundercat fans to another Third Earth Reviews toy review, and today I will be taking a look at the 2016 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive WilyKit and WilyKat 2-pack from MattyCollector. I've been dying to get my hands on these figures since they were announced last month, so let's dive right into the review. The Thunderkittens come in this beautiful black and white box. On the front we have the Thundercats symbol, the Thundercats logo, and the name of our figures. When you rotate the box to the side, we see an image of our heroes in the new animated art style we've seen with a lot of these modern Thundercat figures. On the back, we have our normal copyright information, and finally on the other side we have a breathtaking image of Cat's lair. Of course, we have our classic Thundercat logo on top. Upon opening the packages, we find our figures encased in a clear open window box. On the bottom of the packaging, Lion-O can be seen looking through the Sword of Omens. On each side of the open window box, we find a silhouette of WilyKit and WilyKat. I have to say I really love this modern art style. It captures the character's likeness from the original cartoon while breathing in new life. On the back, we find an image of the Thunderkittens racing into action on their hoverboards or spaceboards with their weapons drawn. But as nice as the window box is, the best part has yet to come. When removed from the plastic casing, the Cat's Lair background becomes a Cat's Lair playset, the perfect backdrop for your figures to be displayed with. So now that we looked at the packaging, let's move on to the figures. WilyKit and Kat stand at about 4.5 inches tall and are very good representations of the original cartoon characters. There have been some large improvements from the vintage toys. The sculpts for the hair and clothing are far more detailed than the vintage LJN toy line, and the coloring is a little more cartoon accurate. I really like the finer details in the paint for the faces, even if the eyes are a little crooked. However, I do have several paint issues. On WilyKit, the paint for her buckle, skirt, and pellets is kinda sloppy. It also appears that the base coloring is showing through some of her hair, giving parts a more browner look. On WilyKat, his right arm sleeve is the wrong color, as it is supposed to be the same darker brown as the rest of that section of his shirt. His Thundercat symbol is a little rough as well. I'm not sure if the plastic wasn't smoothed down before the paint went on, or if there are air bubbles in the paint. Each figure has similar articulation. Their heads are on ball joints so they can move left and right. WilyKat can look up and down, but WilyKit cannot due to her hair sculpt. Their shoulders are on ball joints as well, so they can move forward and backwards as well as out to the side. There are standard bends for the elbows and swivels for the wrists. WilyKit has a waist swivel and WilyKat has the cut for one, but mine is very tight, so I'm unsure if it moves or not. Their legs can move forward and backwards as well as out to the side just a tiny bit. However, due to their clothing, the movement is very limited. Their knees and ankles both have the standard bends. The Thunderkittens come with quite a bit of accessories. WilyKit and Kat both have their standard hoverboards with the original colors from the cartoon. Each of these boards have a stand, however mine did not come with these items. I am currently jumping through some hoops with Matty to get a replacement set. So for now, I'm going to use flying stands I have on hand. I'm not sure if this is a common problem or not. Besides the boards, which have a few paint flaws, each of the Thunderkittens come with their signature weapon. WilyKit comes with two versions of her lasso, one where it's ready for action and one where it's put away for another time. The loose version of her lasso is made of a gummy plastic, so it just kind of dangles when held in her hands. It reminds me of a lot of the original bolo whip from the LJN Tigra. The coil version of the lasso can be placed on her belt or held in one of the many different hands that come with these figures. WilyKat comes with both a loose and coiled mini bolo whip, which I have to say bothers me as a fan. WilyKat never used a mini bolo whip in the original cartoon. Instead, he always had a lasso like a sister. WilyKat also comes with one of his smoke pellets, which is nicely done. The sculpt of the smoke works really well with this figure. However, I do wish WilyKit also came with an additional accessory, as she used several different types of pellets in the show. Unfortunately, while you can simply put the hand holding the smoke pellet on WilyKit, it doesn't really look right given the fact that WilyKit has a much softer coloring than her brother. So overall, while I do absolutely love these figures, I feel that there were quite a few shortcuts taken in making them. The Thunderkittens have always been my favorite characters, so I'm very happy to have an updated version of them to add to my collection. The Cat's Lair display set is one of my favorite all-time packaging. The artwork is gorgeous and it really brings something special to your shelf. The sculpts on both WilyKit and Kat are far more cartoon accurate than the original LJN Thundercat figures. However, I do have some major paint issues. Mostly with sloppy paint and WilyKat's sleeve being the wrong color. There are a good amount of accessories with several changeable hands and different weapons that allow for multiple battle poses. But even with all these flaws, I would recommend these figures to any Thundercat fan out there. It's a nice update, and even if I wish there was a little bit more to these figures, I think WilyKit and WilyKat will look great with the rest of the MattyCollector Thundercats coming out later this year. MattyCollector first announced these figures as part of this 2016 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive lineup in early June, and originally the pre-orders were taken online at MattyCollector.com, and all pre-orders had to be picked up in person at the convention. By the end of the pre-ordering period on June 26, 2016, the Thunderkittens were listed as sold out. On July 12, 2016, MattyCollector's Facebook announced that the Thundercats 2-pack were to be sold on their website and were no longer being sold at the actual convention. The sale ran from July 18, 2016 to the end of San Diego Comic-Con on July 24, 2016. On each day of the sale, an allotted amount was being sold, with more being available the following day. During this time, MattyCollector announced that they will be shutting down their website and joining with Super 7. It has been confirmed in an interview with Pixel Dan that Super 7 is working towards getting the Thundercat license to continue to make the Thundercat Classic line. The WilyKit and WilyKat 2-pack is no longer available on MattyCollector's website. However, I have seen several online for various pricing. If you're interested in getting these kittens for yourself, make sure you shop around to get the best price. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to hit that like button and subscribe so you know about all my other reviews. And Thundercat fans, my review for the Evil Mutant Monkey will be up later today. So until then, this has been Third Earth Reviews.